Hey guys, and welcome back to Outdoor Asylum. Things are getting exciting around here now. We got hunting season coming up. A lot of you guys are already hunting. You guys up north, we're all jealous. You guys get to shoot the birds a lot quicker than we do. Before we get started today, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the notification bell. We got a lot of stuff we're going to be coming out with. Glad to be back in studio shooting a podcast again, David. It's been a while.
Been a minute, man.
Yeah, I know. We need to do more than this. We get so busy out here in the shop, and we're trying to play catch up, and things get busy, and it hits us, man. We got to do a podcast. But
That's that time of year we're busy. Duck season coming up.
Yeah. You got a ton of orders in there that you're working on and getting backed up. It's tough to take a minute off and come in here and do this, but I am excited about duck season coming up here. What do we got?
Less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. World Championship Duck Calling Contest will be
3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks.
It's less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's right after Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving weekend.
A couple of days after Thanksgiving. I think that's like November 25th or something like that.
So is that what right before, I guess weekend before is duck season opener, and then
you
get the weekend after.
Duck season is the 18th.
Did they settle on that?
Yeah, they settled on it. It's November 18th opening day.
Yeah. So then one more week, and then you got the World Championship, Thanksgiving in the middle of it. It's a good time of year.
Good time of year. We've had one cold front, just kind of been nice.
We need some more rain, though.
Need a lot more rain.
Well, cash is up right now, but it's a possibility. It's
we got more rain coming Thursday. I think thunderstorms too.
Yep. So maybe we'll get some water.
I've seen some pictures. There's a lot of ducks around right now. If you got water, there's a lot of the clubs and stuff that's got water on their fields and in their woods and stuff. There's a lot of ducks around.
Yeah, a lot of specks, a lot of ducks.
A lot of specks. We've got a report yesterday, a lot of specks up in North Arkansas, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. It's always like the first sign of fall to me when I go outside and I hear specks fly over. It's like, okay, it's fixing to get right.
Get you fired up.
That's an amazing sound.
I can feel the air. You just feel it, coming in.
I do love hearing those things. I don't know what it's. Snow geese kind of irritate me, but when you hear a speck, it's like, man, that's it's a cool. Doing that yodeling as they fly over. That's pretty cool sound. So you guys probably recognize we got a different face with us here this morning. Got Brian Harmon here, and Brian's been on the podcast with us before, and we're talking about beard oil and beard care products. Now, you may think, okay, hunting podcast, we were talking about shotguns, we want to talk about camo, we want to talk about bows, we want to talk about something like that. But I tell you what, when you get one of the things that you battle, and I guess probably gonna make me sound like a big sissy, which I am. I don't really argue that too much. But this time of year, just from being inside the heat, your skin gets dry, and for us hunters, when we go out there and you get your hands cold, you come back in. I don't know about you guys, but like I get cracks in my skin. They dry out. I know back before I was doing duck calls full time, I did physical therapy. It was always, always hated that, your hands just become like sandpaper, and they crack and they bleed, and we deal with stuff like that. And then the other thing for me is like, just the skin gets dry. Like, I'm incapable. I am, and don't laugh because I'm hair follically challenged, I guess is what I would call it. And I should be able to apply for disability as far as I'm concerned, but it's a problem for me, and it's getting to be a problem. I've never been able to grow a big full beard. But
neither one of us.
You can't do that either?
No.
Yeah, Brian here has a problem. We can tell looking at that. He's got
issues.
I'd love to grow a big full beard, but man, I get thin right here, and then my hair on top's getting thinner and thinner. This one thing will make me feel better. Now on top.
Yeah, now look.
See what you got. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happened.
That's the only reason I don't hate you. If you had hair like our man Jake Seifert over there.
Yeah, now he's got a wad of hair. If I had
head of hair and a long beard like that, I would he wouldn't be on here.
Let me tell you, Brian reminds me of a guy that I used to play baseball with years ago. We were in high school, and we used to make fun of him because he grew a beard. I think he was in like 5th grade.
I think everybody's had somebody like that in their school years.
What? We
Now,
used
fifth
to.
grade,
We
did
used
he
to
get held back, or was this like a
Hey,
normal?
we started questioning that, but we used to make fun of him because we'd say, when we were 3 years old, we got a tricycle. He got a Norelco, so he could start shaving. I mean, but he started growing a beard in elementary school. It was kind of like, man, little peach fuzz if you're lucky.
I remember the time that I was shaved for the first time, like being so scared I was going to get made fun of, because the peach fuzz had finally gotten a little bit thicker, and then finally decided to shave that off. That was kind of a nerve-wracking time, but it wasn't 5th grade when I hit there. I know I was a little bit older than that, but
my son Gunner, he's just started shaving, so he needs to quit shaving and let this thing go. He's sitting here behind us over here, but he needs to let that thing go. His time's coming though.
Do the guys, like when I was in high school, everybody was shaving. There wasn't a whole lot of guys that were growing whiskers. Are there guys now that are, maybe I should point this needs to be more over at Gunner, but do these guys that are 18, 17, 18 in school now, are they letting their beards grow out?
Some of them do.
Some of them do.
They've got back into the big mullet deal and the big hair, flat bill hats, stuff like that, and it's all reverting back in the 80s, Mm-hmm. So
there was flat bill hats in the 80s.
Yeah, they was.
Was there?
Yeah, but we didn't wear them. We had.
I didn't even know about them.
Baseball caps.
That's right.
That you bent.
You always folded that brim and put it in the back of your hat to have a good form to it.
Yeah,
or put it in a cup or
something like
try
that.
To shape it down.
Yeah, just like you was doing a baseball glove or something to form it and stuff.
Exactly.
But also, what you talking about the hats that we was talking about, they was out there, but you didn't see very many people wearing them. I can remember, and most of them you seen was the old men. The old men would wear a flat one, and you'd see that. You see a lot of the hats now that have the little rope.
Oh yeah,
it's real popular with the younger guys and stuff, and that hat's coming back from probably the late 70s, early 80s.
We're trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
And then,
It's kind of like bell bottoms, you talk about boot cut pants. I mean, when I was a kid, I hated them.
Oh, yeah.
They'd flare out.
Made your feet look like they was about that long.
Exactly.
Unless you had big feet, then you was all right.
Yeah, we could take a big trip down memory lane. we keep going with this. But
wow.
Well, anyway, man, Brian, thanks for being with us. Now, tell me about the whole idea of the beard oil, beard butter, the beard care products that you have. What started this for you? I mean, obviously you got a beard, but what made you think, hey, we need to try to make a product, something like that?
Well, I was in the military for 20 years. So after I got out, I told my wife, I said, hey, I want to try to grow a beard. I'd never grown one. I've always shaved, other than the mustache. I had a mustache. So I started growing it, and I started, you get the dry skin, the itch, stuff like that, with it. And a lot of the hair was real brittle and stuff. It wasn't soft. So I started trying stuff. I used stuff in Walmart, different places, even some barbershops that might carry some stuff like that. And I come to find out after using it, it just didn't really last. If I wanted to put it on, I want it to last all day. I don't want it to last till I put it on at 7 o'clock in the morning. It lasts till maybe noon, and then I'm back to itching and everything else. So I got to look in. I knew that there could probably be something out there that was better, but I couldn't find it. So I done my research on it, and a lot of things that I've seen in the oils and the butters that they have out there, the mass quality producing guys, you have a lot of chemicals in it, and they're watered down a little bit so they can go farther, with their sales and stuff. So I said, I can do something better with that. Because, chemicals is not good for your skin. I mean, it's not. And because even some shaving creams and stuff like that will irritate some guys. Their face is just irritated because of the chemicals within it. And so I just started trying to figure out and researching, and found a good recipe to make different type of oils with different fragrances, and to make them smell good. 1, 2 is to Keep your face healthy, the skin underneath, the beard healthy, getting away from ingrown hairs, dry skin, the beard dandruff, the itch, all that combined. And in making, and we was laughing about it a while ago because I was fluffing it like this, like a little squirrel tail. It's nice and soft. So it helps your hair on your coming from your beard. It helps it to be softer, more manageable, and your face overall is a lot more healthier using stuff like that. So
yeah, and it's hunters. I mean, it's like almost all hunters now have a beard.
Oh yeah, different sizes. Short beards.
You get out there and you're duck hunting or deer hunting, either one. A lot of times you're going to get in a boat on them cold mornings. Even though you have a mask on, your face is still going to turn red. If you got that beard, the hair
does protect your face.
Stuff like that. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know even like, I grow out a goatee and I don't grow it long. I don't have full beard or anything like that. But even with with this goatee, the skin gets dry, especially during duck season. Like you say, you can talk
just like your lips getting chapped. Riding in a boat or in front of the wind all day, deer hunting, duck hunting, whatever you might do. That prevents it, helps it.
So when you started this, did you see this becoming a business, or are you just trying to make something for yourself, or how did that? What was your mind when you started this?
It's funny how it all come about. I started making it, and I just had one that I'd made. It took me a couple weeks, to get it where I liked it, and I started using it, and people would comment on it, and
just as far as the smell, they were commenting on the smell.
The smell, and then it said, "Hey man, your beard looks real nice.
Looks nice.
Thank you. You're taking care of it.
Yeah."
And then other people started talking. What were you using? And I told them, I said, "Well, I'm gonna try some of that." For long, me and my business partner that's with me now, we ended up said, "We can do this as a business, just like the other bigger companies, and maybe we can make a difference and get to that size and still keep it right without using any." And we're not going to.
Yeah.
We're not going to use any chemicals, anything like that. Water it down or nothing. What you get is the real deal. So that's where it started, and we're on our second year now. We've got like 19 stores, barbershops, things like that use it, especially around Searcy. We've got 3 stores in Georgia. We went with you and Brad back
Huntsville.
in July. Was that July?
Yeah.
That was July.
It was July.
It was in July. Yeah. Huntsville, Alabama.
And went to Alabama. I've got a big following from Alabama. Them guys even bought some of my hats that had the Arkansas emblem on it with our logo on it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy for Alabama.
Yeah. If it doesn't say Roll Tide or War Eagle, you can't hardly sell it.
No. And them guys, they love it.
I noticed a lot of the women, when them guys let their wives smell that stuff, you sold a bunch of it to the women.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The smell.
Yeah, because of the smell, and and it's kind of I don't know what you call it, kind of I really don't know what it was about guys that they don't want to. It almost makes them feel like they're feminine, or they're trying to go to their feminine side because I don't need that stuff, man. I can. And then the wives go, "I like it. You're going to wear that," and so you start wearing it, and hey, I like this stuff. My face is feeling better.
Right.
Wife really likes it. So there you go. And guys needs to get out of that. Men do. They need to get out of that feminine type feeling, I think, and try to take care of your beards and stuff like that a little bit better,
Are you in touch with your feminine side?
Yeah.
David?
Are you?
Am I in touch with mine? I use beard oil.
Are you saying it's feminine? Or is that what you're saying, Brad?
No, I'm in touch with mine.
Now, okay, I was going to say, because you did say a while ago you was a what did he say? Kind of feminine. What was it you said? I can't remember.
I didn't use the word feminine.
No, it was something like that. It was kind of like a wiener or something, baby. I don't know.
I didn't
what
say
it
was a wiener either.
What did he say? What did he say? I don't remember.
Here?
Reroll that and see what he said.
Brad said it to me?
No, he said it to him.
Oh, I said it to
himself. He said it to
himself.
Oh yeah, something about.
That I wasn't tough. Or,
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
I wasn't tough.
Yeah,
big difference between not tough
Wiener,
and wiener. Wiener. I mean,
I'm saying they're going
the feminine side.
I thought you said.
I'm sorry, Brad.
He called me a wiener.
He ain't gonna invite me back.
We ain't gonna have podcast about wieners, all right? That's just y'all crossed the line with me, okay? Every time I shut this
Well, I
thing
didn't
down.
mean it exactly like that, but
Golly, man.
I'm sorry, Brad.
I'm out.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Yeah, see you. Yeah, leave the door open. I'm right behind you. It's
Just gonna be
Brian's
me
gonna
now.
be sitting there
I'm
talking
gonna
to
be sitting there
himself.
talking, yeah.
I like when you gave me some of the beard oil when you first came out with this. I had some of this, and we were going to try some different scents and stuff like that. Well, there was some going on that night. I remember at the church my daughter was in. I can't remember if it was a play or if it was I think it was like a vacation Bible school type thing, where the kids are going to put on a little presentation, sing a few songs, things like that. So I left here and I'd put some of that on. And the thing that threw me off is, I like, if I'm going to wear I don't wear a lot of cologne, stuff like that. I prefer like an aftershave. I like a little more of a, something that's not too loud, something that smells good, but not real loud. That's what I'd prefer to put on. And so I liked the thought of the beard oil, but the thing that threw me off, you put it all right here. I had it all over the mustache and the chin. To you, it smelled like you took a bath in it at first, or it did to me, because it's right here.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there in church, and I thought, and I'm gauging. It's the first time I've used, so I'm trying to gauge how this is going. And I thought, am I sitting here and like
Everybody's going,
is it like a cloud around me? Is this? I mean, how strong is this? How strong is this stuff?
Yeah.
And so I leaned over to her during the middle of church, and I said, "Smell my beard." And she turns around and gives me a look like, are you lost your mind? And
he's possessed.
and I'm like, no, I've got this beard oil on. I'm trying to see how strong it is, and of course, she doesn't have a real strong sense of smell anyway, so which probably works out better for me most of the time, but she didn't. She said that it didn't smell real strong, and occasionally she'll smell it. But I do like the fact that this stuff's not real strong. You smell it strong yourself, but it's not strong.
Yeah, and if you use it every day, you'll end up and get nose blind to it, scent blind, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah,
I don't smell it when I have it on, and. Of course, my plug-in here for Stealth is unscented, which I have that on now. We use it deer hunting and for people that might be sensitive to fragrances, their wife or their girlfriend or the guy, might be sensitive or they don't want it to collide with their cologne. It still has a health benefit as the regulars with the fragrances or the butters and stuff. And
going into the health benefit, I think you've got a pretty good story of someone that sent you a message or something like that.
Yeah.
You got a good story about as far as health-wise with his skin and stuff he was having issues with.
Yeah, a young man, he works at the U.S. Postal Service Annex over here in Searcy. And I didn't know, but, he liked it. I was sending it off at the post office and stuff, and he was talking to me one day about it. He said, well, I want to try it. And he had a real short beard. Wasn't much of anything, and no offense. I done made him mad over the wiener deal, but anyway,
might as well just keep coming with it,
But anyhow, the true story. It is true story. He had some skin issues, and I don't think it was like that eczema or something like that. It was still a skin issue, which he had like severe dry skin, and unbeknownst to me, he started using my product, and he started growing his beard out longer and stuff. And he had spent thousands of dollars going to a dermatologist, using creams and all. And by no means is my stuff a big pharma,
right?
But anyways, he used it, and it started clearing up. And I noticed when I'd seen him a couple of weeks later, his beard was a lot longer, and he'd start letting his hair grow out on his head. He had hair better than us, on top of the head. And he was sitting there talking to me about it, and he said, the dermatologist said, man, you're not itching. You don't have any rashes underneath your chin, because that's where you get it, underneath his chin real bad, and it just itch him to death. And he said, I guess the latest antibiotic cream that I prescribed you worked. And he said, I ain't been using that. He said, using this beard oil and stuff. He said, well, keep using it because it's working.
That's awesome.
So, that made me feel real good. I said, well, I've helped somebody.
I remember you telling me that story about that young man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we joke around about stuff like this, but that's a life-changing thing.
It is.
When you're dealing with something like
he said,
that.
I can grow my beard longer. He said, my wife loves it because it smells good and it's nice and soft. And he said, I've started using it in my hair too. And a lot of his dryness is gone. So.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an awesome story.
Mm-hmm.
A young man like that getting some help from some of your products.
Yeah, something that he's not spending $2,000, $3,000.
Right.
That's what he said. He said, man, I've spent probably in 3 years, he said, I probably spent $2,000, $3,000, maybe $4,000 on ointments, antibiotic stuff, taking pills, everything else, and it just didn't work. I think he's even doing something like they do with eczema. So my daughter had, when she was younger, my youngest daughter had eczema, and they would put her in a tanning booth, and it was supposed to help it somehow, some way. I don't know, but he had done some of those treatments too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. That's cool. Now, you were talking about you got this in some different stores in a variety of areas. So you guys that are watching this, we also have this on the Elite Duck Call site.
I should have said that too.
No, that's fine. That's fine. If you'll find it at your local store if they've got it, but if not, you can go to the Elite Duck Calls website, and we carry the beard oil on here too. We even have a scent that he was kind enough to mix up for us called Elite.
The Elite.
So we've got, and all these scents are great. I mean, every one of them I like. I like the variety that you've got with different scents. You're talking about the feminine side. We're going to talk about the good smell stuff now.
Yeah.
But tell me about, explain the difference. Now you've got an oil and a butter. So what are some of the difference here?
Okay, first of all, the same health benefits come from both. Now, what the butter does is it helps to style your beard more. Like one that I have, the size that I have of beard, like when I wake up in the morning, I've got hair going everywhere. So
you got bad beard?
Yeah.
Heard of bad head, you got bad beard.
Yeah. And, bad beard days, even, when the humidity's up. Women have bad hair days, so we have bad beard days.
Funny thing is, me and Brad don't know nothing about that.
Every day's a bad beard day for me. Yeah.
we got a little prickle sticking out right here.
Yeah, clip it.
I'm going to give me a soul patch and just, get that sucker grown down.
But yeah, that's what the butter does. And like I said, it has the same health benefits as the oil, and just helps to style it a little more.
So do you, like a guy with a full beard like yours, do you use only the butter or do you use both?
I use both. In the mornings when I get up, brush my teeth and all that stuff to go to work, I'll put beard oil on, and then I'll finish with that. I'll take the butter and style my beard. And, just comb it and everything else. Make sure it's dry. You don't need to use it when it's wet or you're going to look like an oily mess. That's just not what you're supposed to do. Make sure it's dry or damp, whenever you're coming out of the shower and stuff in the mornings. But at night, when I shower again to go to bed, I'll just put the oil on because I ain't worried about the styling because you're going to be flipping and flopping and everything else. So there's no need in trying to style it. But I use the oil twice a day. I use it every day.
So for guys like David and I that don't have the full beard goatee, so we're just going to stick with the oil.
You would probably stick with the oil, and I mean just a little drop, not even probably a penny size.
I'm out.
Is a penny or a dime bigger in diameter?
Diameter?
Yeah,
I'm guessing
I think a dime is smaller, ain't it?
Yeah, it should be smaller.
Okay, well, about a dime size.
Oh, yeah, okay.
For y'all, and just
because I'm sitting here thinking,
okay. Well, the bigger guy go penny. Smaller guy go dime.
We go a quarter, yeah. Silver dollar, Yeah. But yeah, the bigger it is, and it just depends too on the person themselves. Brad may be a little bit oilier with the surface of his skin. You may be a little bit drier. It just depends. It's a trial and error until you figure out what's best for you. So,
I know I've used all my Elite.
Have you?
I love the smell of the Elite, and take us through, Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit biased with
Well, of
Elite,
course.
but,
Yeah.
and it was fun, man. I had a blast when you were trying to come up with that, and I can take no credit for anything. The only thing I did is you brought it in like, hey, what do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how any of that stuff works. We tried a couple. I think I made one recommendation on something, and we tested it, and my recommendation smelled horrible. I can't. What was it?
We was trying to
like the tobacco type
yeah,
stuff.
there's a little
or
bit
something.
of tobacco in it. Now I do have one that's called 1861. You've got a story about that if you remember it. About the 1861, you put it on. It was at Subway, I believe.
Yeah,
Lady, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a 1861 is a Southern tobacco and bourbon fragrance.
That's a great scent.
And it took me like 2 months to finally figure out, all right, this is it, and then I kept doubting myself. And that's the problem I always have had. I look at it and I go, it smells good, but I don't know. I can do something different. And we took it to the Big Buck Classic last year, had one bottle, and I had to almost put it in a glass jar to hide it, because people wanted it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we'll put that in production. I said, it's going to work. So
What the scent that I saw, I said tobacco. That wasn't correct. We were trying to think of like smells in a duck blind.
Oh, we
thing.
used
coffee.
We used Cuban tobacco,
And
type
coffee.
and coffee, and
Oh, it smelled like a skunk, man. I mean, it was like a
it was terrible.
it was like a trapper's cover
It
scent or
was- yeah,
something.
it was terrible.
Yeah, it didn't work. And after that, I thought I'm just gonna shut up and let Brian handle this from now on. But so let's go through the different scents. So with Elite, you tell me how you would describe. To me, that has more of a, I don't know. It's a
All of them, every one of them have a masculine scent to it. Elite, I'm thinking in my head for my recipes. It's in because each one of them I'll do a trial and error on each, and I write everything down. It's like a mad scientist trying stuff. But Elite has a lot of them have cedar. Cedar is a very good fragrance that you can mix. That you don't have to. It's not too stout, and it's not out there as being nothing. So I think it's got cedar in it. It's got lavender, which a lot of people, they smell lavender, they go, nah, man, I don't like lavender. But if you mix it right and you mix it with just a little here and then a little something here and you mix all that together, hey, it's perfect. Also has a little bit of an tangerine type fragrance in it. Sandalwood has a lot of them will have different amounts of sandalwood in it. And just probably less than a drop of a rum fragrance in Elite. I think it's
just to me, it's just got a what I call a classy smell to it. I mean, kind of going with the word elite there. It's got a classy smell.
And it's
to
a milder. It's not an overpowering scent. I mean, you can pick it up. If you walk by the door or something and you're kind of pretty close to it and you've got that stuff on, somebody will smell it. You can smell it. The Southern Tobacco and Bourbon one, I can pick up on it quickly. I know exactly if somebody has it on.
This
but
is the
it's not
1861 that you're talking about now, 1861.
Yeah, but it's not overpowering. I can just pick it up. Certain fragrances, you can pick up real quick on my beer products. Mojo, I call that the lady getter because women love that Mojo one. They do. It's and
It earned its name, Mojo.
Mojo, yeah.
Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo. We got Cash. Cash has orange in it. Man, I wish I'd brought my little book. I could tell you exactly because we've got 6 going on 7th. I got a new one that y'all smelled a while ago.
But just like a general description of the thing with Cash, man, how would you just in general terms, how would you just, because I love the smell of all of them I really like. I like 1861 more for like coming to work, just a normal day.
Cash,
I like that. Then Elite when I go out at night. I prefer something like that.
Something that's a little classy smelling. And Cash has got a real fresh, like you just got out of the shower scent to it. Cash does. Refuge is more of a rustic, I want to say it's a rustic, earthy type scent, but yet it's not overpowering with the earth's tones or or anything like that. It's just a real good rustic type scent. Let's see, Stealth. It's unscented.
That's the one you like wearing in the deer woods,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That has like, it's hard to think of something that has no smell, but I can't smell anything.
Well, I
with
always,
Stealth.
when we do shows and stuff, I've always had ladies, they'll come up, whenever they're smelling, I guarantee it's got a smell. And then they go, it don't smell. And I went,
There you go.
I told you.
Here's your sign.
So out in the deer woods, you feel confident. You're in the deer woods. You're hunting
Yes, I
something
do.
that
We
it's
have-
not going to find.
Yeah, we've killed deer with it on. A couple of us having it on. My nephew Austin, he just killed one in Kansas last week. He had Stealth on. My buddy Gary that was up there too, he killed a deer, had Stealth on.
I think this is attractance. What I think it is.
Attracted?
Attracting.
It attracts some deer.
Yeah,
It's
if I'm gonna kill a deer,
it's an undercover deal.
It is what it is.
That's right.
If it works, use it, But
It'd be tough to do, but a little of that doe urine on the chin might help me a little bit kill a deer.
Well,
I don't know.
everybody has always said that. I guess they know my character precedes itself, I guess, because coming here and Jake said, that ain't doe urine, is it? I was showing him that new one flight,
Yeah.
and I said, no, man, it's not. So one of these days, I'm going to get y'all on that. I said, smell that,
We'll be in touch with your feminine
All you
side.
gotta
I'm telling you that doe urine on you. You have your doe
It'll be
urine
all
on
up
your
in it. I hear you.
All you got to do is walk through Walmart and walk right by that aisle. Someone's done sprayed or opened one up right there. It always
Yeah.
happens, doesn't it?
Every time.
It don't matter which store you go into.
No, wherever it happens. But let's see. I've talked about Mojo. I talked about Refuge, Stealth,
1861.
Cash, Mojo, and then the new one that's I think is going to come out. Will probably be probably 4 weeks out. So I can get bottles and all my stuff together and labels and everything. But it's going to be called Flight. And I think here's your Elite, and then you have your Mojo. I think it's in between those two. And I'd almost dare to say that the Flight might be milder than Elite. Might be.
That sample smelled good.
Yeah. So
That's so cool that you got all these different scents, because everybody likes something a little bit different. I guarantee you, you came in here and you smell each one of these, you're going to find one that, you're probably going to find one you don't like.
Yeah.
But you're going to find something that I think you'll really like.
Yeah, and right now our top three sellers, I would say, would be Mojo Elite and 1861.
Yeah.
And Flight's going to start nudging. It'll be like a competition. So
Yeah.
Perfect time of year.
yeah.
Flight's coming.
The Flight's coming.
Less than 2 weeks.
For all you guys that are interested in trying this stuff, like I said, we got it on the Elite website. You can find one of the local dealers that's carrying this, but give them a try. It'd be a fun thing if you try the oil. If you like it, try a different scent every month. I mean, one of those for someone like yourself. You get one of these bottles. About how long is this one bottle is it gonna last you? A month or what? How
For me, with what I've got, it'd probably be a month, a little bit over.
For me, it's a year's supply.
No. Yours would probably be. I don't know. It depends,
And how much you use?
Yeah, how much you
Hey, I
use,
can
but
tell you mine lasted from
probably-
July, and I just got done.
Okay,
with it.
there you go. Let's see, July, August, September, October, November, 5 months.
5 months.
Well, I like the way it smells so much. I'll put it on, kind of generously in the hand, and then mix it into the whiskers here, and then I like to rub it on my arms, and put it on because it's just a good scent.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Talking about that just made me think. Randy Poole over here at the
Cigar Lounge.
Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing. He was doing something, getting a checkup or something. Well, he uses the oil and the butter, and she told him, and he said, "I was almost offended." Said, "You've got the softest hands, and your arms are so soft." And he said, "I was offended." He said, "Lady, I've got calloused." But he said, what he said, all of a sudden I thought, well, it's that butter, because I'm every morning.
Yeah.
And I put it on. He said, I wipe down with it and everything else. And he said, he said, you're right. He said, my calluses aren't real, you know how calloused on your hands get real nasty looking, So he said, I work my hands all the time. And he said, I was just for a couple seconds offended, Well, lady, I work for a living. They're my hands,
Well, that's cool. Well, that's it. It's a great product. I love it. You know, I mean, that's one reason why I put it on the website. Just we try to do things for hunters, and this is something that's a little bit different. It's not a duck call. It's not this or that, but you know, for hunters, like we were talking about, we all deal with the dry skin. You know, on our hands and you know, on our faces, we get
at wintertime eats you up.
Yeah, the weather,
especially
from your hands to your face.
Late season when it's real cold.
Yes,
yeah, busting ice and everything else. Yeah,
that's right.
It's tough.
Yeah, so this is definitely something that I think it'd make a difference. You know, there's no doubt. I've been enjoying it all year, and I'm looking forward to going through the season and seeing, you know, how much better the face does, not getting chapped up so bad, and not skin getting so dry around the whiskers, things like that. And you know, for you guys, you manly men that can grow the big beard, so that would be definitely be a necessity there.
Hey, now I have had people ask me if it's a miracle grow. You know, will it make my beard grow? Well, my answer is yes and no. Yes, it will, because it will put the hair follicles on your face. It'll make them a lot more healthy. So you won't be getting ingrown hairs, stuff like that. No, it won't add to anything, because that's in your genes, man. That's just what God gave you. So, you know, if you can grow, if you can, you can't. But with a healthy face underneath your beard, or whatever you might have, a short beard, what have you, it'll help with them hair follicles to get up. So,
can you put a drop or two of Rogaine? Sounds like we got a customer coming in.
Yeah.
Can you put a drop or two of Rogaine in that Elite for me, just to help me grow a little bit of a fuller beard?
I could probably try, and we'll see what it does.
Yeah.
But that's got chemicals in it, though. I can't do that.
Okay. Well, I'll put it in myself. I'll go talk to the dermatologist. I'll do the additive myself. Yeah. Put it in there. But well, anyway, Brian, they ran to take care of a customer. We need to wrap it up anyway. But man, thanks for coming on.
I appreciate you having me, man.
And guys, I'm serious. You guys need to try this stuff. So like I said, go to the Elite Duck Calls website, elitecalls.net. Check it out. We've got all the different scents, the butters, the oils, everything on there. So give it a try this duck season, and let us know how it does for you. Yeah. You know, but I think you'll definitely enjoy it. So
I like hearing stories about it too. So,
yeah. All right, guys. So until next time, you guys are out there hunting, save a few ducks for us. Send them south. If you're hunting up north, let a few for seed fly on by you, so we get some drakes down here. We'll be kicking it off pretty soon. So anyway, thanks for being with us, guys. Don't forget, notification bell. Make sure that you share this with your friends. Hit that like button, and we will see you next time.